thought I'd take a minute today to go over a couple of ways that you can stabilize your camera, especially if you're using a big lens like this when photographing wildlife. Now, you got to keep this in mind. We're not talking about photographing wildlife at a park, like a national park, something like Yellowstone or maybe Grand Teton or Smoky Mountain. We're talking about wild animals in the backcountry on public land or maybe private land that you've been granted permission to use. So if you go to Yellowstone, the animals are used to seeing you. And what will happen is, and if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. You'll see the bison lined up beside the road, and you'll see cars that are lined up and people getting out and they're putting their tripods up and they're taking their shots. And the animals are so used to people that they're just kind of standing there letting you do it. Well, on public land, it's a very different story. You may not even see animals when you go out. And if you do, it's going to take some work to get close to them. So you're not always going to have time to just set your tripod up and go. So there are a couple ways that I've found to steady your camera with a big lens like this. And the first one is with a trekking pole. So oftentimes in the mountains, especially the Rockies, I'll have a trekking pole with me. And if you can stabilize your camera on the end of the trekking pole like so, it helps. It goes a long way. And these lenses like this Sony 200-600 and this camera, the Sony a6400, they have built-in stabilization anyway, so you combine that with this and you're going to get a pretty good stable shot. Now, the other thing you can do is you can use the tree, something like this one behind me, and it helps to have a neoprene cover on your camera when you do this, but you can use the tree to steady the camera like so when you take your shot. Or you can use the viewfinder. Either way, the tree will give you a tremendous advantage when it comes to steadying your shot. I hope you found these two ways to steady your camera lens helpful, and please subscribe and remember to like the video if you found it useful. Thank you.